Every so often, Hollywood's weird. We get Dante's Peak and Volcano, we get Deep Impact, and we get Armageddon, then we get Hellfest, and we get welcome to another episode of the Popcorn Confessional. This is Dave from Nerdbox, and I'm accompanied by my wife Jen, also from Nerdbox. And on this episode of 31 Days of Halloween, we are talking about Bloodfest. So fire up that Jiffy Pop and meet us in the booth.
Fans flock to a festival celebrating the most iconic horror movies, only to discover that the charismatic showman behind the event has a diabolical agenda. As festival attendees start dying, three teenagers more schooled in horror film cliches than practical knowledge about neutralizing psycho killers must band together and battle through various madmen and monstrosities to survive.
Bloodfest is a meta-love letter to the genre, written and directed by Owen Egerton, and unlike Hellfest, the less serious of the two films. If you know what I'm talking about, essentially you have two sets of kids that are going to a horror theme park, which I am so jealous about. I want a horror theme park. Now, Bloodfest is a fun film, chock full of Easter eggs, and the characters are aware of the rules of a horror movie, just like Scream, in which they are now in. Some of the characters are a bit over the top, like the host of Bloodfest, which is Benjamin Kane, or Dak's father, who blames the breakdown in society on horror movies. But for this film, it works. So this film features a fan favorite from the MCU, which is Ned. He plays Krill in this movie, and that is Jacob Batalon.
Yeah, I liked his character in this. He was still kind of like Ned.
Yeah, he was still the man in the chair.
Yeah.
But this movie is it's fun from beginning to end. It has a cool little twist in it that I can't make a comparison to another film and say if you cross Hellfest with this, then you have this film. Because then it gives away what the ending is.
Yeah.
But it is definitely fun.
Yeah. You have likable characters, and then you have the ones that you're like, just die already. Benjamin Kane.
Dak is the lead character in this film, and he is kind of grounded from going to the horror fest because of something that happens, and his dad just like, yeah, screw you, cuts the bracelet, you're done.
Yeah.
He ends up going there where he meets one of his icons from a horror franchise, so almost like meeting Kane Hodder from Jason. And that character's like, yeah, I'm only here. I don't really like horror movies. So, Dak is geeking out over somebody that doesn't really care about the films that he's in. So we get to see that relationship kind of play out because everything goes to hell on this theme park.
Really quickly. So you don't have to wait, right? I mean, everything goes to hell probably within like 10 minutes. You don't get very much story, which is good. It's supposed to be a bloody festival, right? It's supposed to be a horror movie. It's supposed to be a slasher, and that's what you get right away.
Yeah, because that was the idea. It's like, hey, let's bring these kids in, and now let's make a horror movie and slaughter all of them.
Fun, right?
Now, I don't know. What do you like better? Do you like Hellfest better? Do you like this better?
I'd have to say I probably like them equally, just for different reasons, and because one is like more serious, so if I kind of want that, if I'm going for that vibe, then I'm gonna go for Hellfest. But if I just want like characters that I'm really, really hoping will just die, and I just want to get like straight to the point, then I'm gonna go with Bloodfest.
Yeah, the typical tropes are in this, as they explain as they're going throughout the entire park. And I actually would watch both of them back to back.
I think they're dissimilar enough that you could watch them back to back and you don't feel like you're watching the same movie, which is good because you don't want to feel like you're watching the same movie.
It's not like you're going from Dante's Peak to Volcano while they're dissimilar in a lot of aspects. The acting is pretty shabby in one of the two movies. I won't name which one. Here, the acting is good in both movies. You have good comedy in this one.
Yeah.
You have good suspense in the film. So This is a horror movie that brings kind of everything. A little iffy for younger teenagers, good for teenagers, and then you could sit down and watch it with them.
It checks the important boxes.
I think if you're a horror convention goer, then you're really going to enjoy this film.
Yeah.
It's almost like, oh man, I almost feel like I'm with my HorrorCon family out there.
Yeah.
And it would kind of be cool, and it's probably been done, I just haven't seen it yet, where there's a horror movie that takes place at a horror convention.
I'm sure there is.
Mhm.
We'll have to look that up and see if we can find
Yeah,
anything.
if you know of one, just let us know by dropping it in the comments.
Yeah.
So, the 31 Days of Halloween essentially is to give you alternative choices in movies to watch this month, other than the standard Michael, Jason, and Freddy, and Conjuring, and Poltergeist. So, trying to give you a little bit of an option on films that you've seen or may have not seen. But what have you watched so far? What tickles your horror fancy during Halloween and October?
And what boxes do they check on the challenge, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Mama last year, that hits you on all levels. Has you scared, has you crying, has you happy, and you leave, it's like, wow, I just went on a roller coaster ride.
That does happen. That does happen.
Yep. Now, don't forget, it is the quest for 5,000 subscribers, and you can help us get there by
Liking, subscribing, and sharing.
Yes, and when we hit 5,000 subscribers, you get a chance to win this box of Strawberries and Scream signed by Matthew Lillard and David Arquette.
So do that.
Yes. It's kind of one of a kind.
Yeah. So we can get it off our bar and give it to someone.
Yeah, I'll replace it with something else horror-esque.
We have another box behind it.
Yeah, but that is going to be our box.
That's what I'm saying, so it could stay there.
Oh, no, that's going in the cabinet. Anyway, until tomorrow, see ya.